guys!
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Cindy, Mrs. B.
I'm Mado, Mr. B.
And you're watching Mr. and Mrs. B of Moss Design House. Today, we're actually doing a special episode. Daming special.
Parang ako.
Pero ito, it's actually our 12th year. So for those of you who don't know, we started Moss Manila in 2008. And we thought it would be nice to actually do an episode dedicated to the 12th year of Moss. So we decided to do an episode dedicated for the 12 projects that shaped Moss Design House. Previously, it used to be Moss Manila, and then June 2020, we decided to rebrand to call it Moss Design House.
Yeah.
It's going to be a trip down the memory lane. So it's gonna be, we're drinking Moet, of course. Moet is one of our clients, Moet Hennessy Philippines. They're actually one of our clients that, you know, also helped pave the way for us. Kasi we go back since, I don't know, 2012, I think, no?
Yeah.
With, you know...
One of the...
They're really one of our first clients, and we've done their dinners, we've done Star Magic balls with them, fashion ball, nung uso pa lahat ng balls, and we also did their 250th anniversary of Hennessy, and it was done in PICC for 150 people. Tapos we had to change the shape, remember? It was very parang amphitheater type.
Yeah.
These are very memorable, and we pay tribute.
Memorable and learning experience.
A lot were charged to experience with that event. But that was 2013, give mo na yun, no? So anyway, we paid tribute to Moet, and cheers! Grabe, umiinom na tayo, hindi pa tayo nagsisimula sa first project.
Eh, mong lalasingin mo ata ko eh.
Sobrang over ka talaga. Over ka talaga. Let's do the very first project.
Go!
Ay, hindi pala siya first project ha. Parang memorable nga eh. So, the ones that shaped Moss. So, let's do it. We weren't married yet.
Yes.
When we started working with Marl. But that was actually through Saga events and our friends with, you know, the people in Saga. I love you guys. So we were doing projects in all the major parties.
Yeah.
Remember? There's La Boracay, in
yung mga Panambenga.
festivals.
Basta lahat ng festival sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, we would always be there, and you know, Marlboro or Philip Morris would always get us to do their smoking lounges because that was the time when we were, you know, introducing interior design in a temporary setting. So, you know, their lounges weren't just, you know, standing up, yoyosi yung mga tao. It was really a vibe.
Yeah.
There was a DJ,
It's a lounge.
It was a lounge. And then we had the trailer, which is really
my favorite.
His favorite. It's really one of his most favorite projects.
The first trailer na ginawa namin is the Marlboro Red trailer, which is a 32 feet na wing van. Sa convertible trailer. So yung trailer, nagiging siyang smoking lounge.
Yeah, and then
bar na may alfresco and may second level.
Floor. So that was one of our, you know, very, I guess, parang ito yung time when we realized, shocks, kaya natin talagang gumawa ng mga imposibleng bagay. So we were really up for a challenge, and this was, mind you, at the time where we were only 4. Parang there was just 4 employees at Moss.
Wala ka pa nakikita mga mobile na
Walang
mobile na fabrication before.
I think this was the first. I remember etong drawing na to. Ako pa gumawa ng elevation niyan. Grabe! I remember this so well. Thanks, Marl, Philip Morris, now PMFTC, and of course our friends in Saga, Direk Robbie. We love you very much. Thank you for shaping, for helping Moss for the past 12 years. So, cheers! We were called in by the Pancake House group.
Yes.
Initially, they wanted us to conceptualize on a particular brand a new concept restaurant that was basically an upscale version of Pancake House, and that's called
Maple.
It's also a baby of mine kasi it was really one of those, interior projects wherein talaga, I saw it from conceptual and we helped them even with the branding.
Tsaka yung design bible, ikaw yung gumawa
and
nun eh.
we also did the design bible for them. So Maple, it's one of the high-end ones. The very first one that was done was in San Antonio Plaza. It's still there. And ang favorite ko dito was the laser cut maple tree. I think that was the time na I discovered what laser cutting is.
Ako, ang favorite ko naman doon
Is the bottles?
the steak.
The ribeye tapa. Favorite niya.
Favorite
But
yan.
after Maple, that project, nanganak na yun. So we were called in to rebrand and change the interiors of Pancake House. So we changed the look of Pancake House, and I can't remember anymore how many Pancake House we did since then. And then we also dipped doing a few others. We did the Teriyaki Boy, and then then Bluesmith and other restaurant chains. So it shaped Moss Design House because it was our foray into the restaurant interior. So since then, we do a lot of restaurants already. So to those who want to have restaurants, you know who to call. So to the
Pancake
Group, the original one, because it was sold na.
Yes.
So cheers! Parang drinking game to. Ayoko na. Alis na ako. I know this is not gonna end well. Okay. Third na.
Yeah,
third project.
The third project
Ay, gusto ka rin ito.
is the Mac Group.
Yep. Okay. Mac Glamour Days is one of my favorite. Ang dami ko talagang favorite kasi ang hirap magsabi.
Ako lang hindi mo favorite eh.
Talaga. Okay, Mac Glamour Days. This was really the start of transformations, I think. This was 2000 and 12. That was 8 years ago. It was done at White Space. And the mandatory was convert it into a boudoir 1950s set. At that time, we've never had any projects with Mac. Talagang, the brand manager then, my friend Gay, just called me in and said, Cindy, what have you done in the past? Right? And I think I'm just so thankful kasi talagang, I think she just put her faith in us.
Yung trust talaga eh. Biglang may trust ka agad.
Biglang lang siyang may trust na okay, gawin niya. And this is their very first major event. They call it an industry event. And it's a complete transformation of white space, pink flooring, carpet, wall-to-wall,
all mirror.
All mirror. The whole space was mirror. And I think this was, again, one of those projects that shaped us because it was our foray into the beauty industry.
Yeah.
Diba? Since then, we've been working for 9 years with Mac, along with all their other brands in Estee Lauder Group. To Mac, cheers!
Cheers, Mac!
Fourth project. Ay, gusto ka rin to.
Hermes
Silk Ball. Ang galing, kasi the way we get our clients is really through word of mouth. We were a supplier for the bars in Moet. And in one of the launches, we were introduced to the general manager of Hermes. And since then, we helped them out. We did the very first silk ball in World Hotel.
Yes.
Oh my God, alam mo, wait lang. Naalala ko lang, yung first one, naalala mo, may nawalang silk scarf doon.
Oh, grabe.
And then the second one was the one in Peninsula. Yun yung mirror maze. Ang dami ring nag-attend nun. That was also fun. Where we did a maze, a labyrinth, made out of silk scarves and mirrors. So parang people were going inside, so parang they were getting lost. Third, the last silk ball, which is the Dreams.
Yeah, Dreams.
Pursuit of Dreams, right? Maybank Theater. Again, this was all cladded with all prints. Tapos people go through different dreams. Parang, diba? That was the concept.
Yeah.
And there was the end of it is this whole main space wherein pag tinamaan ng ibang kulay ng ilaw, nag-iiba yung print.
itsura niya.
Parang
So,
red, iba yung print. Green,
hologramic
iba yung
printing
print.
siya.
Hermes, it shaped us, to the firm that we are now because of the challenges that we've had, because of how it is to deal with global brands with very strict guidelines. And it's a high-end brand, and we're proud to always be able to work with such a prestigious brand. And so there, cheers!
Hermes.
Next project.
Yeah, it's Unilever.
Oo, kasi it's so hard to pinpoint. Anong Unilever projects naman? Unilever lang?
Okay, ulitin mo ulit. Again.
Unilever, okay na, tapos na. Nangyari na eh. It's so hard to pinpoint kasi a specific project with Unilever because
Maraming brands eh.
there's a lot of brands and there's just way too many years of working with them. But for sure, we'll never go with our 12 years without mentioning how Unilever helped shape the 12 years of Moss Manila. So, let's go back to the most memorable Unilever projects for you. Grabe lang
Dami.
naisip. Well, ilabas mo yung Magnum ha.
Oh, cream silk.
Which cream silk?
Cream silk sa may Intramuros.
Oh yeah, oh my God.
Oh.
Cream silk at 30.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically it's in Intramuros. It was done in Plaza Real. And then, an event is really, it takes a village, right? To put it up, especially if it's from scratch.
Doon mo na realize na yung bayanihan.
Yep, everyone was really there. There was no time to pinpoint where delay was happening.
Yeah.
But it was a time wherein people were starting to trickle in. Part of the tent was still uncovered.
Yes.
Tapos umuulan. May area na hindi pa tapos yung tables. And it was really, grabe that scene. But everyone was just really, nakita mo talaga, no matter what position, you're may-ari ka man, or lightsman ka man, or stage guy ka man.
Ito yung tipong
everyone was
sinasabi
really
natin walang
helping
bilangan
out.
ng trabaho.
Walang bilangan ng
As
trabaho.
long as ma-deliver mo yung project on
You're
time.
correct. Cream silk at 30.
That's
That was one
it.
of the most memorable ones. The very, very first project that I can remember that we did was Sun Silk. It was Sun Silk. I can't remember what specific campaign, but it was in EDSA Shangri-La. Remember that? When we did towers. It was pink. We did towers. There was panels that were S-shaped. It was with Saga. Ito talaga yung highlight ng we were introducing interiors to events.
Yes.
Kasi at that time talagang interiors was not part of the event scene. There was no lounges, there was no environment that speaks of the brand. Walang ganon. So, Sun Silk, Edsa Shang, my friends, if you remember that, you can let me know what that campaign was. And then, nanganak na yun, since then, there was Pons,
Axe.
Rexona, yep, there was one more na memorable, BPC. Alam mo yun?
Yeah, BBC.
BPC Summit. What does it stand for? Oh my God, wala ka ba talagang alam?
Yeah, absent ata ako rin eh.
Beauty and Personal Care Summit.
Yun nga.
This was in
Inaano ko lang kasi baka hindi mo
2019.
maalala.
2019 to, okay? This was a 3-day affair wherein breakfast, lunch, dinner, may nangyayari. So we were also like, not naman running around, but we were, hindi pa kami
Sofitel ba to?
tapos, oh my God! Sa Anya Resort!
Anya pala, Anya.
Yung recent lang!
Hindi, inaalam ko lang kung alam mo talaga.
Oh my
yung testing ko nga lang talaga eh. Parang hindi mo paya sa kliyente, di ba? So,
Anya Resort!
Kasi,
Ito
alam
yung
mo.
we were handling all different brands and then, yun na nga, so hindi pa kami nag-turn over for breakfast. Nagsa-start na yung lunch. Tapos nagsa-start na yung dinner setup. So, and this is all different brand personas, ha? So, it's not as if, the thing about working with brands is that the brand should always be the hero. I think it's important. And I'm happy that we are able to capture that always with the brands that we work with. Unilever and our friends from all the brands and, of course, Apples, my dear friend.
yeah.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Six na tayo. Ay, ito, umiyak talaga ako dito sa project na to.
Oh my God, 6!
Harlan and Holden's Super Pop-Up.
Yeah!
Okay, this was the very first architectural pop-up that we did. Okay, at backgrounder, we worked with Harlan and Holden when they decided to relaunch their brand in 2014. And it soon followed was their super pop-up, wherein it stayed in Greenbelt for about a month or so, no? But we were working with an architect from Germany. German architect,
German
diba?
architect. Tapos yung isang nag-fabricate nung is
from Italy,
from
right?
Italy.
So they came here, we've worked with them. And again, this was the very first major structure that we've done. And we've built, by the way, in 3 days. That's made to look like it's gonna stay there forever. You know, it was the height of mainit na mainit dito. And you know, we were working with very strict mall hours. We only had, I think, 4 days to build it. And not only that, this was exactly kasabay nung 40th anniversary of Peninsula, which we also did. And we were kind of like, you know, nagtatawid-tawid, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, it ended up so well. I think it was very impressive.
And it's a first pop-up.
Again, it was the first major pop-up done in Greenbelt and done by Harlan. So cheers
Harlan's
to
family.
HH. 7th project. Favorite ko rin to eh.
Yun ang super challenge. Actually, lahat to puro challenging eh.
Lahat.
Yeah.
Puro challenging.
So, itong pang-7 is Rimowa.
Remova. Kasi German brand siya. So, paano mo sabihin?
Remova. Di ba?
Parang nawala ng hininga.
German. I'm from Germany.
We built a junker plane in the middle of the mall. And ang kicker doon, 8 hours lang namin yung binuild. How easy is that? You know, the founder and the CEO then came in to the Philippines as well to take a look at it and attend the event. So, it's really one of the most memorable. I mean, who would have thought we can actually build a plain field inside a mall? Remova, unforgettable. It definitely shaped our year because of, again, ito yung talagang we've proven never say die. As in, ito yung
Hinebra, guys.
Hinebra, guys.
Grabe. Yung tinatawag namin
Never
Hinebra.
say die.
Never say die.
Yep. So, cheers to that.
Rimowa.
Number 8.
Number 8. One of your
Okay,
favorite
guys, in no particular order to ha. Wala kaming favorite dito. Baka sabihin. Joe Malone. Talagang buong buo. Joe Malone launch in the Philippines. Okay, etong project na to, promise, and no kidding, and alam to nung brand manager. I was willing to take on this project even without pay. Because, pro bono talaga, because I love the brand so much. And even before it was introduced to the market, I was really a fan of the brand. I would go to Hong Kong or Bangkok, remember, to buy the
Sa lab mo ng brand na
perfume.
yan, yung bahay nga natin, yan yung peg natin, di ba? Joe Malone.
Oh, yeah. Pero hindi na nangyari. But anyway. You know, I think this was very, very, very us as well. And the aesthetic really speaks so much of our aesthetic as well. You know, very British, clean, very London-like. It was black and white. Ang ganda lang niya. I mean, proud na proud talaga ako dito sa launch na to. I think
Blackbird data to eh.
it's really one of those projects where it defined Moss. Because people kept on asking who did the event, you know, it was so beautiful. It was a 2-part event kasi there was one part wherein we had to dress up a presidential suite and to making it look like it's a Joe Malone suite. So we had to furnish, you know, we had to change the furnishing. Technically, ito yung tunay na OG Home Fluffing. Love this event. And until now, after 7 years, no? Kasi this is 2014, 2015.
I'm not sure. Oo nga.
Gusto ko yun talagang hindi man na siya nag-try mag-isip. 20,
Parang bilis na.
2015, we're still friends. We'll do so many fun events with them.
Yeah.
Although I miss working with you guys. But yep, so cheers to my favorite perfume brand.
Joe Malone.
Magagalit kaya yung iba. Cheers! our 9th event that helped shape Moss Manila is
Sunnies.
the Sunnies Face Party. This one naman, it's, we're working with Mon Gutierrez, then Ashley and Miguel. Miggy Rodriguez then, because they're the creative consultant of Sunnies at that time for this party. And, we work smoothly with them. So they tapped us to do this event. Ang saya because it was the party of the year. I mean, really parang Sunnies Face Party was the peg of all parties after that.
Yeah.
So, ang galing, and we were so happy and we were so proud to be part of it. They also tapped us to do the Sunnies Hotel in Poblacion. This is 2019 to help us, but they usually do the conceptualization and all that. So we just come in and help them realize whatever concept they have in mind. So, thank you again for the trust, and it's such a pleasure to work with a young brand, a young and successful brand.
Yeah.
So, cheers!
Cheers.
Okay, we're down to the last three.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it?
Pantent is
Yes.
Hublot.
Hublot pop-up. It's so different when you're working kasi with an international brand that you need to follow certain standards. You need to follow guidelines. It needs to be at par with global, standards in the way they do things in Singapore and Hong Kong. And I think with Hublot, that's what we were up against. We were up against, the quality of what's done abroad by international companies. And we really had to be at par, if not even exceed that. I mean, I'd like to think that we successfully did because of the feedback that we got from the son of the owner. We've been just so honored to be able to work with them. And I think it honed our skills kasi in working with global brands and global standards. So again, super pop-up, 300 square meters structure that can actually last there for permanently. It housed artworks that were also flown from abroad.
And then may Ferrari.
And your favorite, there was a Ferrari car inside that was part of the showcase. Built in 6 days, stayed there for a week, no?
More than ata?
A week, mga 10 days yata. And then we had to dismantle it. Sometimes it's so hard for us when we dismantle kasi I know how painstakingly we had to build it. I was supposed to attend the event kaya lang nakatulog kami kasi we were so tired.
Pambihira, alam mo, nakabihis pa ako yun, pumorma na ako yan
Hindi mo naman ako pinilit gumising para mag-attend ng event. Anyway, so cheers, Hublot, Lucerne friends, and you know who you are. Cheers! Okay, 11th na!
Woo! Lapit na! Lapit na malasing!
Ay, alam mo, parang for once, munti ko masabi yung hirit.
Na ano?
Malapit ng malasing.
Lahat naman sinasabi ko, naisip ko na.
Ano? Zion Hotel.
Zion.
Okay, may alam ka ba dyan?
Hindi ako part yan
Zion Hotel is an interior project that we just finished turning over last year during the pandemic. It's a hotel, Excelsior actually. It's a hotel in the south and they're gunning for a 4-star boutique hotel that we really did from scratch to ground up. This was about 2-3 years in the making. In the end, very happy how it turned out. We're glad to be able to deliver a hotel such as this in the south and, of world-class quality naman. Of course, that wouldn't be made possible without the help of the, IB team. And, my partner for this one is Seashell. And, so for Zion, Excelsior Group, cheers!
Zion!
Before we do the last one, I'd like to give mga honorable mentions. Kasi marami talaga. Imagine mo nyo, we've been here for 12 years and you can just imagine how much interiors and events we've done for the past 12 years. This is gonna be a fast one. So Netflix projects, we started out with a series of unfortunate events. And I always love Netflix events kasi
favorite natin dating yun Netflix
Oh my God. Hindi, because It's so thematic. Ang saya niya. Sin para kang nagpo-produce ng production design. I really love it kasi since we did, Stranger Things, where we had to recreate exactly what was in the series.
Yes.
When we did Sabrina, we also had to recreate, this whole specific scene.
Space pa. Ano ba yung space?
Lost in Space.
Lost in Space.
And then there was Insatiable. That was 2019. And then our latest one during the quarantine was...
Yung robot. I forgot the
my
name.
Over the Moon. Okay, that quick nga eh. Sabi ko ng quick
game.
Opening of H&M launch.
Oh, wow. Yes.
This is in Mega Mall. We were so happy and so thankful to be part of such, a historic moment.
Haba ng pila nun, grabe.
Haba ng pila. To be part of it, it was months and months of planning. We were finally able to help them put it up. It went through a really stringent screening process. Quickly, what's the next one? Bilis, fast talk to.
Samsung.
Oh.
Samsung.
Oh, what did we do there?
3 floors na mirror panel wall facade.
Yeah, so basically, ito
Pati
yung
loob
parang, the concept here was to build a
seamless,
parang building na parang from out of the blue, bigla na lang nagka-building. We had to build this in less than 3 days. So we cladded the entire facade of a tent with all mirrors all around. So people were all like, but biglang nagka-building dito all of a sudden, for the event. And we had to put it down. And then, all the balls. Right?
Yeah, balls. Ano mga balls? Balls.
Balls. Galas and balls. So that is, you have the fashion ball, you have the preview balls. I have always been a preview girl. We've worked with them in a lot of their, best dressed events from when they were starting even. Remember, nanliligaw ka pa nun, hindi pa tayo kasal. Sabihin mo kung ano yon. Their very first, mga
nanliligaw ako?
Hello, Cuisine.
Di ba ikaw nanliligaw sa akin?
God, how dare you. Kapal niya, no? F na F niya. 2006 yun!
Oo nga, sabi ko nga.
That was the very first preview ball that we did. It was, I think, the
okay
10?
na. Quick tayo, di ba?
Oh, hindi na. Kwento ka lang. Tapos after that, so we did Skin, their preview balls, and then we did the school one. Ko na maalala kung ano pa yung school one. And then marami. And then Tatler, of course, my Tatler family. So, through our friends and my mentor, Miss Gigi Bautista, we also did Tatler balls. And she kindly introduced me to Miss Irene. And we helped, do some work for Tatler Ball and the 2019 one.
Yeah.
Right? And then quickly, Pandora. Grabe, hindi to fast talk, ha? Pandora installation. Okay, love all my Pandora projects. I actually think this should be part of the 12. But anyway, I love Pandora. I think this was our foray. They really deserve a toast. Totoo. Kasi, this was our foray into all Christmas installations.
Yes.
The very first project that we did for Pandora,
Greenbelt.
that was major. No, that was major. Was remember the one that we did in Ascot?
Yeah, Ascot.
Where everyone was transformed into this winter wonderland place wherein, and I think more than the interiors of that, it was the actual emotions that we were able to extract from those attending kasi they were given gifts that were picked out by their families. So after that, we did the
Greenbelt,
which had the
snow globe.
Yep, so oversized snow globe.
Yeah.
So we did this parang winter wonderland-esque kind of installation na through the Christmas through the eyes of a child. So cheers to Pandora and all the honorable mentions. I have to mention this kasi for Okada, because our last, we've been working with Okada since they opened, and we're very thankful for their trust. Our Christmas installation this year actually was featured in Forbes travel guide as one of the
top
one of the top 21 hotel installations in the world. So we're very thankful with that. And cheers!
Cheers to that!
Okay, and final, last na.
Final!
Yay! Really worth to mention, Magnum. this project their projects in general, really helped shape the 12 years of Moss because of, I guess, all the different experiences we've had with them. You know, they were the ones who trusted us and brought us out of the country and bring us to, you know, places such as Bali, where we had experienced working with local individuals, you know, and, you know, had quite a lot of learnings from that. It was also the time wherein we worked, you know, we're always behind the scene and we're happy to just see how the influencers enjoy the spaces that we do and how the brand really translates to the experiences. And the final one was the last event that we did in 2019 was the one in Turkey, which is, I think, you know, it's just so epic. I mean, it's attended by 10 people, but the crew were at least, 20, 30? And we were all working behind the scenes. We've worked with international suppliers as well. And talaga it's just a wonderful experience and priceless experience.
Yeah.
At that.
Sa akin naman, ang learnings yung working with yung mga other contractors
Yeah.
abroad.
Nag-enjoy ka doon?
Oo naman, para akong teacher nun eh.
Uy, yung yabang. Ang yabang mo na lang ko. Grabe siya. Cheers. We propose a toast to everyone, all the projects that we work with, all the clients we've been friends with, who've been really patient with us and who has trusted us. You know, it brought us to here, who we are today. And it had opened also a lot of doors. So we're really very thankful. We appreciate all the trust. And there, so that wraps up our 12 projects. Actually more because that's more. But they did really help, you know, shape Moss Design House to what it is today. So
yeah, so guys, if you're new in our channel, please hit that notification bell and subscribe, like, or share.
Yep.
And still comment. We love reading all your comment.
So anyway, I'm Cindy, Mrs. B.
I'm Mado, Mr. B.
And you're watching Mr. and Mrs. B of Moss Design House. Woo! Cheers!
Cheers! May kiss
Tama
ba ako
na.
dyan?
Hindi, wala.